Bruh.
Hey guys, I'm back for some more Art of War 3, and today we're going to be playing on the Wild Clover map. This is going to be a regular resistance 1v1. Of course, as you guys can see, there's no like flags or any domination counters, so it's a regular confrontation battle. It's been some time since I uploaded this. But of course, let's go scout, get those containers. I'm not doing that good of a job with scouting, but it looks like my enemy is doing a very bad job at scouting. So most likely my enemy went for deployment time Navy, because this map has been updated to where naval containers do spawn. I think in my earlier videos I said that naval containers don't spawn in the map. However, an update occurred like a couple months ago, and then yeah, now there's naval containers. So yeah, these things will spawn. So of course you can go for deployment time ships, or you could just scout traditionally. But I just like scouting ground. In like a match with half ground containers and half naval containers, I still go for ground, because you can get those ground containers quicker, and also you don't have to expend energy and resources into building shipyards, and also like being mindful of your construction yard placement. So going for ground is what I typically do, even if there are naval containers. It looks like we're going to be challenged for this big container, although I'm holding the ground pretty decently. We'll scout. Let's see. I do see that they have 2 assault vehicle factories, so the chance of them like getting a bunch of fortresses and rushing the bigger container is quite high. So that's why I did rush my wasp out, and I do have a couple more coyotes and riflemen. But it looks like this bigger container should be mine. We'll have the wasp here for now, and then we'll use the wasp to get the naval containers. Yeah, these containers are pretty much mine, so we'll send the wasp out to get this. Let's start with this naval container, because it is closest to my base, so I do know the exact location. So we'll start with that. We'll upgrade our infrastructure, of course. And also, I'm going to plan a nice little sneak attack. I'm going to go to the back of their base, which is right here, and destroy some nice infrastructure, because I'm sure Blue has their army right there. Blue is most likely not prepared for an attack here, although there is a scout. Okay, so Blue is at least aware. Well, I have common defense because there was a scout here, and my sniper tower was able to destroy that scout. And also for the extra damage it gives. Gold common defense gives 30% damage bonus to units within 10 minutes of the battle, so I'm going to be dealing much more damage. Lots of fortresses. It looks like this assault vehicle factory has been upgraded to level 2. Okay, the enemy is also upgrading their infrastructure. And of course the fortress is going to take a lot of, it's going to do a lot of damage to my troops. Because, I mean, I don't have any grenadiers or armadillos. And my wasp is all the way here getting naval containers. So, I can't send the wasp in yet. Of course, the only thing these units are supposed to be doing is like defense probing. I'm not really interested in that big of damage, or like a victory amount of damage yet. It's just to like scare the enemies, which of course I did scare, because they did go into overdrive and started pumping out a lot of hammers and fortresses, as you guys saw. So I did achieve that end. That also has gave me enough time to upgrade it to HQ level 4, so I have higher tech than them. It looks like they are bringing deltas out. Although it does look like their delta is somewhat weak. I didn't remember the wasp dealing that much damage against the delta. However, they did do an upgrade redistribution a few days ago, which pretty much enabled In practice, the Wasp pretty much got slightly more powerful. I mean, all heroes got slightly more powerful because they redistributed higher level upgrade values to the lower levels. So, for example, if your Wasp was like 7 out of 25 upgrades in HP, that 7 out of 25 pretty much became like 8 out of 25. Like the HP value got buffed ever so slightly because they redistributed HP values to the lower tech. I don't know if I made sense, but if you guys have any questions, you can put in the comments and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Well, back to the game. The enemy deltas are trying to get containers. I did just lose this container, but I'll be able to get the couple containers closer to my base. I mean, that is the problem with just having one Wasp to get the naval containers. The enemy could just make multiple deltas and go around, whereas you only have one Wasp. So, I mean, that's one disadvantage. Although I did get a lot of naval containers. Maybe like 30 or 40% of all the naval containers in the map. So that is pretty useful. Not to mention, I did get most of the containers on the land as well. And also, not to mention, that I have much higher tech than the enemy. I'm going to produce mammoths, jaguars, porcupines, and leviathan. Ooh, a scout. Interesting. There's a bigger container spawning here, so I'll move my troops there. A nice slow but sure march towards the bigger container. There's a delta. I'm pretty much not going to go for chameleons this time, because I don't feel like there's a need. I'll just trade the chameleon for more firepower. I don't need a chameleon right now. It doesn't look like blue is even close to HQ4 either. It looks like they're somewhat slow. Is that a bunker? Bro, wait. Why'd blue build a bunker? Oh yeah, because I was rushing, right. Blue probably feared that since my rush was this close to their HQ, that they'd build a bunker here to defend at this radius. And then of course on gold common defense probably would cover that radius. Yeah, I did scare blue a little bit, so... But I do wonder why blue still has this bunker up. This would be like an ideal spot to put administrative buildings. Or even another construction yard if they want to expand their torpedo platforms out. But why a bunker? Oh well. I have a mammoth here right behind the mountain, because this mammoth can actually cover up to this visibility mark. It has 16 cells of firing range. So if the enemy has hammers and the mammoth can fire within this range, but even if the hammer gets here, the hammer cannot fire. This is the range of a hammer. If it's a Zeus tank, we'll mark that with an X. The Zeus tank can also not fire. This is the range of the Zeus tank. So having the mammoth behind this mountain can enable it to deal some damage, of course, without being hit back. So having this mammoth right here is going to be pretty nice. And of course there aren't any enemy cyclones on top of this mountain. Only my wasp is covering this mountain. So I guess we have some pretty good map control this battle. We have the Leviathan out here. The enemy has a vertex, so we'll equip air raid warning. That's a waste of a vertex though. If I was blue, I would have retreated the vertex, maybe got some more vertex and then attacked, because in this position I am pretty extremely vulnerable from attacks on this side. So for example, if a vertex comes this way, like multiple vertex, right? They can fire, attack, and then just pull out. And even if I had a bunch of porcupines here, it'll only destroy this one vertex. That one vertex would probably only be destroyed, but I'd lose my entire factory. So I'm pretty vulnerable to the sides. I was able to sneak a sniper. Notice that I have map control here. I was able to move a sniper through the forests this way, right? And then let me zoom out the map. I was able to move a sniper this way, cross that area, which is a little bit dangerous because it's not protected by the forests. But once it's in the forests, then we can go through protected. And because my sniper is now in the bushes, yeah, it can't be detected unless blue makes a cyclone. Which I don't think so, because blue's making vertex right now. But this view range is pretty good. I'll move my sniper closer so I can see what they're doing. But basically, I know exactly when the vertex is going to go up and when the vertex is going to go down now. Because I have this sniper here, when I see the vertex go up, I can equip gold air raid warning, which will pretty much lessen the effectiveness of the vertex, which that's going to be pretty good. Well, anyways, I moved my sniper to a more prime location because now I can see the assault vehicle factory. Well, both assault vehicle factories, this Avia factory, and this special vehicle factory. That's a level 2 special vehicle factory. Level 2, obviously, you can see the vertex in it. A level 1 assault vehicle factory. I don't know why blue hasn't upgraded that. And then, of course, a level 3 assault vehicle factory. So yeah, the sniper is doing a lot of good work. If blue starts making cyclones, then of course the sniper is going to be gone. But I think this is the perfect opportunity to attack, because it looks like the enemy hasn't built up an entire army yet. But I have a whole army. So I think this would be the prime example to attack. We're going to put common attack, and we're pretty much going to send all of our units out. Acid strike, we have some mammoths firing from the range. We also have some snipers for some range against infantry in case they spam infantry units. I'm moving my porcupines closer to the vertex, so the vertex takes the highest damage possible. While this is happening, you guys can see over there, I have a Leviathan. You guys can see those autocannons running it up. And because of the sniper, because of the intelligence I've gathered, I was able to pretty much annihilate my enemy. The enemy hasn't seen this coming, but I did, because I'm the one who scouted. This is where you need to pretty much have good recon and surveillance, because if you do, you're going to win. And I do like using mammoths and snipers. They're pretty underrated, but pretty useful. As long as you have like a heavy tanky thing like this Leviathan there, these guys will always be supported if the enemy is double tapping. If the enemy is selecting units at a time, then I guess they're not that useful, but they are pretty nice. We'll zoom a little bit. And the game is over. So, good game.